Hi, this is Yahoo. I'm a corruption trader. It's July 28, 2025, 9 a.m. Japan time. We are seeing a sharp drop in the Nikkei right now. Just this morning, around 8 a.m., the CFD index was spiking over 41600 yen, but it's now around 41095, a big dip right after the open. Let's talk about what's going down, especially regarding the recent tariff agreement between the US and the EU and what it really means. At first, I thought tariffs were simply about nation to nation tension, especially US China rivalry. But I've recently come to believe it's more about nation state capital versus multinational shareholder capital. Historically, Japan had a very similar episode. In the Edo period, there was a powerful Osaka merchant group called Yodoya. So influential they built Yodoyabashi Bridge. They lent money not just to the Tokugawa shogunate, but to many regional lords. Eventually, the shogunate seized the assets through regulation, effectively ending their dominance. The federal laws even supported this because it wiped out their debt to Judea. This reminds me of what's happening now. Tariffs are essentially imposed on exporting multinational corporations, not directly on state. In today's globalized world, what is hard to tax corporate profit via traditional means like corporate tax. Tariffs become a tool to extract wealth from global firms. And that's what I believe Trump is doing, and maybe what the EU and Japan are quietly aligning with. It's not the US and versus China things anymore. It's global coalition of nation states working to reclaim economic sovereignty from megatech companies and multinational corporate powers. Think about it. Big tech grew enormously during the low interest rate, high liquidity era. In a way, they outgrows the state. But now, governments, starting with the US, are leading that power back in. Tariffs are part of this mechanism. You could see it as strategic centralization of capital. This agreement, like the one between the US and the EU, probably a gentleman agreement rather than official treaties, because putting such intent into writing would expose too much. That's why it all feels a bit vague or even controversial. Remember when Trump got banned from the Twitter? That was not just about the policy. It's symbolized how powerful corporations have become, even able to silence political figures. Now, we talk of breaking up companies like Alphabet or NVIDIA. We may be entering a phase where nations are fighting back. And maybe that's why some readers, like SoftBank, some proactively aligning with Trump, pledging investment in the U.S. to stay on the light side of the shift of this shift. So my conclusion for now: we need to stop viewing this as a purely geopolitical conflict. It's more like governments versus multinational capital, and the battlefield is tariffs, not treaties. Let's keep an eye on how this plays out. If you like this contents, think of it like a long put option on the global economic structure. Following around, and I'll see you again tomorrow.